Hi guys, it's me again, and I did get a new wig. This is my newest wig, Ocean Blonde. I prefer the long hair, and so I know everybody would find it a great change. Um, so it is August the 6th today, Friday at 1:08 p.m., and I would like to speak about a few things. First and foremost, apparently, Ash Bouvier was supposed to come and see me this week in order to have a meeting, in order to bring a letter, in order to get back into Catch the Fire Toronto on Sunday morning. She was ordered by the board of directors to come and see me. I have yet. It is 1:09. I've been home yesterday, and it was yesterday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've been home Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll be home today, Friday. So I've been available. I've been home. She knows my number. She knows my email. Back and forth. So that's Ash. Ash, there is a problem there because if Ash doesn't see me, everybody wants me back in. I think we know that. If Ash doesn't see me, I cannot go back in. When I've stated it is because she's a senior leader and it's her church. So that's that. That will bring us right up to the conference. If I'm not in by the time of the conference, there will be some leaders, some guest speakers who will be missing. And you can further that, and maybe if those who are watching can talk to Ash tomorrow, whether Sunday, whether in service. The problem now relies problem. After fulfilling all of the clauses, I'm a little bit trying to focus with my thoughts. Sorry, there's been a lot going on here at the house. Trying to focus right now. Now we're going to switch gears. Originally, I think I've spoken about before how I came to Mississauga in November. And when I came to Mississauga in November, Mary Audrey Raycroft, who was supposed to had taken a $7,000 check that was left there by the presidents of the church, which was originally allotted for me back in November of 2023, to resettle in Etobicoke after I came back from North Carolina. So Mary Audrey Raycroft, because she had access to the finance department, had taken an envelope, a tithing envelope, because I had signed tithing envelopes back when I was a leader at Catch the Fire Niagara. Leader, hospitality team, lead. Because when you put tithe in an envelope as a satellite church to go back to Toronto, it has to have two people sign so people aren't stealing it. So that's Mary Audrey had taken a check with my name on it and had accessed my signature and taken that $7,000 check, and she had put it back in her bank account and spent some time on vacation. It wasn't vacation. It wasn't maximum. It was minimum security prison for a few months. After that, on condition of her release, she had a court order signed stating that she was to give me $250,000 as a condition of her release. Rachel Raycroft is the power of attorney for her will over her estate. If you know anything about how powers of attorney work, that's what she is. So, that being said, we go on, we move along. We know about the clauses that I fulfilled. We know about how I've been threatened. We know about how I have exposed the church in terms of their satanic activity and criminal activity. We all know about that. Let's focus on Mary Audrey Raycroft. Mary Audrey Raycroft used to be the women's minister. The reason why Mary Audrey Raycroft got that role as women's minister on staff is because Mary Audrey Raycroft, and we all know how John Arnott has nice extracurricular activities of raping women. Not only does John Arnott have extracurricular extracurricular activities of raping women. He has extracurricular activities of being a pedophile, and for many young women and young boys, children. In fact, over the years of his span, I think of 30 years of ministry, he has molested those children. And we're saying this is because those children have since come forward as adults and also as children who he has. And there's documentation of that. So, do we have that as John Arnott has repeatedly raped women within the church and fathered children. John Arnott is known and has to have 2 sons, I believe, with Carol, that he's spoken about as being his children. That's not all. John Arnott has fathered children, a daughter, with Mary Audrey Raycroft. And Mary Audrey received the actual position as the women's minister because John said, I'm not going to make you leave the country. I have this child. I'm not going to make you leave the country like he did so many other family members who are now prominent leaders in ministry, where he threatened them to leave the country because he couldn't handle it, or he just the way he was. I want you out, so I want you to leave the country. So he has fathered a child with Mary Audrey Raycroft. And this child's name is Rachel Raycroft, who is the power of attorney over Mary Audrey's estate. Now, if Mary Audrey Raycroft goes into prison, or if Mary Audrey Raycroft goes into a retirement home, the daughter, who is John Arnott's daughter, who is Mary Audrey Raycroft's daughter, who is the power of attorney over her estate and her bank accounts as of now, all of the money reverts to John. Mary Audrey, they have been stating that there was a court order that this would be made under the veil of secrecy, that John Arnott would never, any and all of the children that John Arnott, of the women he had raped, when the children he had fathered, would never ever come out. There would be court orders. His lawyer, that John Arnott, we all know that he has a high-priced lawyer, had written these lawyer affidavits that they would, that they would sign. And so it never came out until now. So there's this court order. There's also a court order that states that Mary Audrey Raycroft owes me $250,000 back when she was released from her vacation. Mary Audrey Raycroft owes me. Now let's backtrack a little bit. Back in November or October. It would have been November of last year, because I was here, yeah. In November of last year, no, I don't know. Not the tornado that just happened in Raleigh, North Carolina, in the Triangle, the tornado before, back in the fall. I'm trying to figure out the date. Anyways, the first tornado that happened, yeah. I had stated that if Mary Audrey Raycroft has my money, the $250,000, I want $100,000, because at that time something happened with the community center at Kesher Fire Raleigh, and I stated that I want it donated to Kesher Fire Raleigh because I want them to be able to rebuild their community center because of the tornado that hit. And we will all know, thankfully, this time that the protection of our Heavenly Father's angels had protected Kesher Fire Raleigh from the most previous tornado and their hurricane that just passed. Tropical Storm Debbie had just passed the community center and Kesher Fire Raleigh, and they're home. So we're all thankful for that. But before I had us and Mary Audrey released the money automatically, sent an e-transfer over of $100,000 because it was my money. I said, I want it there. That's my church. That's my tithing church. That's where I want it to be. So now we have $100,000 already gone. It took no time. There was repeatedly stated, no, we have to do this, no, we have to do this, no, this can't be done in 48 hours. We don't know what bank, as I repeatedly stated. I have a CIBC bank account here in Mississauga. I've repeatedly stated that. And it would take some time. It would take 48 hours. It's going to take a week. It's going to take. Now, I don't know if that has factories of the clauses, which I do not believe it does. This is strictly Mary Audrey Raycroft. This is strictly Rachel Raycroft as being John Arnott's daughter and the POA of Mary Audrey's estate. If Mary Audrey had remained in a minimum security facility, or when she goes as a result to a medium security facility, all the money will revert back to John Arnott because Rachel is his daughter and because Rachel is the power of attorney. Thus, my $150,000. There it is. $150,000. See? Now, when originally it was supposed to be the $7,000. It ended up, because of clauses and everything, and Mary Audrey, it was originally $7,000, like I've stated before, that she stole, but because of the court order, it became $250,000. So, I am going to state, out of $150,000, that is without relating to the clauses or anything such as that. That's another amount of money. So with that $50,000, I don't know if you've spoken, see my Facebook. This is what's going on at the house, and that's why I've had to focus. So we're just going to leave that right now. I'm going to reiterate that John Arnott, who has fathered many, many children as a result of raping young women and then giving them, sending them out of the country, their lawyer having to sign affidavits that they would be under the veil of secrecy. There it is. Mary Audrey Raycroft and John Arnott he had fathered a child, Rachel Raycroft, who is the power of attorney of Mary Audrey Raycroft's estate. Mary Audrey Raycroft goes into a retirement facility or a nursing home. Mary Audrey probably doesn't belong in a nursing home, or any kind of prison facility. She ends up as Rachel. The power of attorney will take over her accounts, and all the money will revert to John Arnott, her father, Rachel's father, not Mary Audrey's father. Mary Audrey was given the position of women's minister and was told, as long as she signs this form, this affidavit, I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, contract as it were, that she would in fact be able to stay. She would be given a ministry leader, the women's ministry leader. She could marry this other individual, Mr. Raycroft, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, who has since passed on. And so that is that. And that's a lot. That's a lot. John Arnott also went to Bulgaria, and as I would state, when he went to Bulgaria to Georgian and Winnie Banov's conference there in Sofa, I'm saying it wrong. I apologize, Georgian and Winnie, if you're watching this and I'm saying it wrong. He was booed off the stage, apparently. Now, I say a lot. Now, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We're not talking about the $700,000 as a result of the clauses that I have fulfilled. There are no more clauses that I have to fulfill. The only thing that needs to be fulfilled in this whole aspect of getting me back into the church. You see, those who are withholding money are not only those who are a member of the satanic organization, but those who are withholding money are those, they say, no one is immune, I'm being very vindictive, I'm being very angry, when in fact I'm really not angry. I'm still on the payroll at KGS, I'm still under contract with them, my contract hasn't ended, I haven't had a shift yet, as of yet. I think the only person I was really angry at would be Ash. And that was in the beginning, and that had carried through. I have since forgiven her, released bitterness against her, released anger against her, and repented. Ash, we all know Ash is a liar. Ash herself should be not extradited, deported, because of the many crimes she has committed against me personally. She has committed a felony. She has tried to procure a passport. She has defamed my character, and she has given people money. I think that's no, giving people money to have me taken out of Mississauga because she doesn't want me in Mississauga. So that's the only thing now stopping me from being in the church. So anyone who's watching this that goes to Castle Fire Toronto, I suggest that you discuss that with Ash, but she won't discuss it. We're discussing this. That's what she'll say. That's all she'll say. So that's that. Let's switch gears a little. The house in which I live, I've had, yes, if you've overheard any rumors, I've had to call the police because of the landlord has been very aggressive. And just a moment, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just a little bit. It's a coffee machine.
I left my coffee machine out. Can you put it away for me? Can you do that? Thank you.